Ah, they thought they had you, didn't they? Oh, how sweet, how deliciously amusing. They thought they could break you, grind you down to nothing more than a pathetic little speck, a broken soul lost in the endless dark with no way out. You were the perfect target, weren't you? Soft, vulnerable, innocent even. They didn't see the storm coming. No, they didn't know what they were dealing with when they decided to make you the victim of their cruelty. They laughed, didn't they? Oh, they must have thought it was all so funny. Watching you fall apart, watching your world shatter piece by piece. It was like a little game for them, a joke. But the joke's on them, isn't it? You didn't break. You didn't fall into the pit they so desperately wanted you to drown in. No, you survived. And you didn't just survive. You started to build. Oh, they thought they were clever. They thought they could push your buttons, manipulate your emotions, and leave you in tears. It's a simple game for some. Attack the weak, watch them cry, and move on to the next victim. But they made one fatal mistake. One tiny, insignificant mistake that they won't even see coming. And that mistake? Underestimating you. You see, pain, chaos, suffering. It's all part of the great cosmic joke, isn't it? They thought they were the puppet masters, pulling the strings, controlling your every move. But the punchline? They were never in control. They were always just players in the game that you set up. They were the ones walking right into your trap, thinking they had all the power. It's almost cute, don't you think? How blind they were to their own downfall. But that's the beauty of it. The pain they caused you, that's not your downfall. Oh no, that's their downfall. The tears they made you cry, that's the rope that's going to hang them. It's amazing, really. They tried so hard to break you, but all they did was create the perfect storm. They took every little ounce of pain, every cruel word, every moment of suffering, and turned it into the fuel that's going to burn them alive. You didn't cry because you were weak. No. You cried because you were growing. The more they pushed, the more you flourished. Every tear you shed was a step closer to the person you were meant to be. They thought they were driving you into the ground, but all they did was water the seed of something far greater than they could ever imagine. They thought their cruelty would crush you. But no, they were just setting the stage for the greatest comeback the world will ever see. Here's the truth they couldn't see, though. They didn't realize that you were never the victim in this twisted game. You were always the survivor. They thought they could break you into pieces, but all they did was help you discover the beauty of Reconstruction. You don't need to fit their mold. You don't need to be what they expected you to be. And that's the most dangerous thing of all. You're not playing by their rules anymore. They want to talk about your weaknesses, don't they? They want to call you fragile, sensitive, too emotional. They think you're a delicate little flower that will wilt at the first sign of danger. But here's the twist. You're not a flower. You're a storm. You've been hiding it for so long, holding it back while they toyed with you, poked at you, thinking they were in control. But they were never in control, were they? You were always the one holding the strings, pulling them closer and closer to their inevitable fate. Do you hear it? The ticking of the clock, the slow, steady beat of time running out for them? They think you're just a pawn. They think you're a footnote in their story. But here's the thing. This isn't their story. This is yours. And it's about to become the most glorious, chaotic, twisted tale of vengeance and redemption the world has ever seen. They're the ones trapped in your game now, not the other way around. You've been building, haven't you? Quietly, subtly, in the shadows. Every tear that fell, every time they thought they saw you broken, was just another step in your plan. They think their cruelty is the final word, but in reality, it's just the beginning. They've been feeding you their poison, their toxicity, their hatred, and with each dose, you've been growing stronger, more powerful, more unpredictable. They made you cry, they made you doubt yourself, but now it's time for them to feel the consequences of their actions. They'll regret it. Oh, they'll regret it when they see you standing tall, rising from the ashes like a phoenix of fury and chaos. They thought they could break you, but instead, they've created a monster who is now unstoppable, who will bring them to their knees with nothing but a smile. The moment they pushed you to the brink was the moment they sealed their fate. Isn't it beautiful? The way they thought they were controlling the story, writing the script of your life, only to realize that you were the author all along. You were the one pulling the strings, crafting the narrative, and now, as the pages turn, they'll realize just how terribly wrong they were. Their laughter will fade, their arrogance will crumble, and they'll find themselves at the mercy of the very person they tried to destroy. Let's be honest here. Pain is just a means to an end. The wounds they inflicted upon you are nothing but stepping stones on your path to greatness. They thought they were hurting you, but all they did was give you the strength you needed to crush them. It's almost like they set the trap for themselves, isn't it? They were too busy enjoying their little game to notice that they were digging their own graves. Do you know what's truly terrifying? What's absolutely bone-chillingly terrifying? It's that they still don't get it. They still don't understand that their time is running out. They still think they have the upper hand. They still think they're the ones calling the shots. But time, my friend, is ticking. And soon, it will be your time. The tables will turn, and when they do, it'll be a spectacle they'll never forget. They made you cry, didn't they? And now it's time for them to pay. Every tear, every bit of suffering, every ounce of pain, they're going to feel it tenfold. They made their bed, and now they'll lie in it. Your time is coming. Their downfall is just the beginning. You know what's funny? How people always think they can get away with things. They assume that the pain they cause won't follow them. They believe with their pathetic little hearts that they can crush you, laugh at you, and you'll just stay down. They'll walk away scot-free, just like they always do. But oh, they don't know what's coming, do they? They think that by making you feel like nothing, they've won. They think they've taken something precious from you. But let me tell you something they don't realize. They've already signed their own death sentence. The world doesn't work like that. No, you don't get to hurt people and just walk away. Not anymore. There's a cost to everything, and sooner or later, karma comes knocking. It's not a question of if, it's when. They might not see it now. They might think they're untouchable. They think they can trample over you. destroy everything you hold dear, and that they'll never feel the weight of it. But here's the twist. They'll feel it all right. Oh, they'll feel it in ways they can't even imagine. You, the one they took for granted, the one they thought was weak, the one they crushed into dust, you're the one who's going to rise. And when you do, when you finally reach your breaking point and decide you've had enough, it's not just going to be a victory for you. No, no, no. It's going to be their downfall. You want to know what's beautiful? They've already done the work for you. Every insult, every tear they made you shed, every moment they thought you wouldn't bounce back from. That was them building their own tomb. Every time they made you feel small, they were planting the seeds of their own destruction. They didn't know it, of course. But we know, don't we? The truth is, it's never been about you. It's always been about them. They wanted to control you. They wanted to see you begging for their approval, pleading for mercy. But, and this is the part they didn't get, you weren't being broken. You were being reformed. You were being forged into something more dangerous, more unpredictable than they could ever imagine. And now, every tear you cried, every wound they left, every time they doubted your strength, it's all fuel. You were never weak. You were just patient, and they'll never see it coming. You've been so good at holding it all in, haven't you? So good at pretending like it doesn't hurt, like it doesn't affect you. But now that the storm inside you is ready to break free, what they're going to witness won't just be a transformation. Oh no, what's coming is far more terrifying. It'll be like watching a beast awaken from its slumber. And when that beast finally opens its eyes, the world will tremble. They thought they had control, right? They thought they could push you to the edge and watch you crumble. They thought you were nothing but an emotional pawn, a puppet that would dance when they pulled the strings. But here's the reality check. They never knew who they were messing with. You, my friend, are the storm they never saw coming. And when you let loose, when you unleash that power they've kept you from using, the one they tried so desperately to quash, it's going to be glorious. You don't need to get even. You don't need to prove anything to them. No, you've already won. They just don't know it yet. You see, the true revenge isn't in hurting them back. It's in showing them how little their actions mattered. It's in walking away and thriving while they rot in the ruins of their own making. It's in succeeding when they thought you'd fail. It's in living your life to the fullest when they thought you'd be stuck in misery forever. And it's in the silence you leave behind, the silence that screams louder than any words could. What's coming next is bigger than revenge. It's bigger than spite. It's bigger than them. This is your time. It always was. They just didn't realize they were writing your story all along. But now, you're in control of the pen. And when you write the final chapter, you'll be the one standing tall, with a smirk on your face, watching them burn in the wake of your glory. The tears they made you cry, they'll drown in them. The hatred they tried to plant inside you, it'll consume them instead. You, my friend, are about to walk into your power. The power they never even saw. The power they didn't know could exist in someone like you. It's been building up for so long, and now it's ready to explode. You've been waiting, and now is your time. Step by step, you've been getting closer to the moment where everything flips on its head. You've been waiting for that right moment, that point when you stop being the victim, when you stop playing small. You've been waiting to reclaim everything they took from you. And now, you've got it. You've got everything they never thought you would. The strength, the power, the confidence, all of it is yours. And they're too far gone to stop it now. And let's not forget about the best part. They're already watching. They're already sitting back, hoping you'll fail, hoping that you'll stay in your place. But the real punchline here is that you're never going to fall. No, you're not the one who's going to be broken. You're the one who's going to break them. And when that happens, you'll stand on top of the mountain, knowing they'll never have the chance to hurt you again. And when they beg for forgiveness, when they come crawling back, it won't matter. You'll have risen so far above them, you won't even remember their names. You've learned the greatest lesson of all, that their actions, their words, their cruelty, none of it defines you. No. What defines you is the power you've gained from surviving it all. The tears they made you cry. They'll be the flood that drowns them. Now tell me, do you feel it? The shift? The weight of the truth settling in? Your time is coming. They can't stop it. And when they try to crawl back into your life, when they see the monster you've become, when they feel the ripple of fear in the air, they'll realize they never had control. They never had the power they thought they did. You, my friend, were the true power all along. And now it's time for the world to know it. Your time is coming.